Happy Halloween from Bloodbath & Beyond. Today we review Halloween H20, 20 years later, the night she fights back.
Directed by Steve Miner, starring Jamie Lee Curtis, Josh Hartnett, Michelle Williams, and Chris Durand as Michael Myers. Taking place 20 years after the original Halloween, Laurie Strode, with a new identity, must battle Michael Myers one last time for the sake of her and her son's life. What do we like about this movie, guys?
I liked having a late 90s Halloween film. Coming off the back of the Scream franchise, revitalizing the slasher genre, having Michael back in the scene is fucking great. And it also had other 90s, early 2000s stars like Michelle Williams from Dawson's Creek. Josh Hartnett was introduced in this film. And LL Cool J. Ladies love Cool James. Everyone loves Cool James.
I liked Michael Myers in this. He was a little more cunning. He was a little more violent.
When you see stuff like Scream, you're expecting more violence. And I think that helped. With Dimension and Miramax being behind it, you're gonna have some more killing, and that's good.
I like that Michael went the distance, because they're in California now.
Oh,
so
yeah,
he had to travel. He's driving like a boss.
Some busted ass fucking vehicles, though. I don't know why that middle class woman was driving some shitbox.
It was fun with this one, playing in the aspect that it is 20 years later, and Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie, has taken on a whole new persona. And you're getting those fake outs, which was really big during this time, where the main character thinks they see the killer, then they close their eyes and the killer isn't actually there. They're on some kind of medication or heavily drinking to try and forget their problems.
Her whole life has been consumed by the fact that her brother tried to kill her, and she can never not think it's gonna happen again.
This was a continuation from Halloween 2. Jamie Lee Curtis is great, of course, but I just like that story is okay, Michael's just going.
You know, Laurie, she pulls herself together. She's like, I gotta end this. I gotta fight back. She becomes a stronger character because of it. She turned into a badass.
We also got that sweet badass shot when she first grabs the axe and screams Michael's name. That's a really strong moment in this film.
And there are also other shots that showed off that same emotion and the whole revenge aspect, specifically where you've got the cutout, only a piece of wood standing between them.
It's like a Battle of the Titans type, these two opposing forces.
Miramax and Dimension had a ton of fucking extra money to throw at some films here. And it shows, especially with the cast as well, which I enjoyed, even though they were dumb teenagers making stupid decisions.
Were they making stupid decisions?
I think so. That one chick, she rode in the dumbwaiter.
Okay, those are stupid decisions. But before that, were they making stupid decisions? They just wanted to party.
That's a great decision. I make great decisions all the time.
If you were if you were Charlie, okay, or John, and you had these babes, what decisions are you gonna make? Are you gonna go to Yosemite, or are you gonna have a whole school, a little basement party to yourself?
You know what I would do? I'd light 1,000,000 fucking candles, and I'd slow dance to some All for One, and just have a great time.
It sounds like Chad's gonna be picking up all the ladies in the basement.
With all the candles.
That sounds like a weird human trafficking situation. We should backtrack on this a little bit. Teens were making some cool decisions. Sometimes. I will tell you, you know what a shitty decision is? Lighting all those candles. Can you imagine the idiot, Josh Hartnett, running around? Okay, got one. Got one. Come on, dude. It would have taken actually an hour. Maybe more. There's actually 800 candles. 4 on just one chair.
But he's the old school romantic type. Dropping flowers down those dumbwaiters.
Fair enough. So good decisions. Bad decisions on LL Cool J's part for letting those idiots go out. Good decisions on Jamie Lee Curtis being a gangster when somebody slips off to the washroom and just chugging her glass of Chardonnay and getting another one and pretending she didn't chug that last one. That's a fucking move I'm gonna incorporate into my lifestyle.
I liked LL Cool J's attempt at writing stories. I thought that was pretty funny.
They climbed high up a skirt, leading to 2 tumultuous, round melon breasts.
Round melon? What?
And if you've listened to any of his music, half of it is fucking erotica.
He's something of a phenomenon. They didn't waste time with characters. It's a small group when we get into it. We get to know kind of all of them, understand what they are, We also have that cool bit at the beginning where he kills Dr. Loomis's nurse and gets the information about Laurie. Why they knew where she was now and her new name, I don't know. But either way, Michael, again, a little more cunning, a little more resourceful.
I would be disappointed in myself if I didn't mention how much I love Michelle Williams. Big Dawson's Creek fan back in the day. I know, it's so strange. Not a huge Dawson's Creek fan. I know I said big. I like the girls in it. She was one of them. She looked like a babe in this one.
I think Jodie Lynn O'Keefe was hotter.
Sarah? Yeah, she was attractive.
You gotta choose, blonde or brunette.
You can't, it's...
You know, it's like sometimes I want pepperoni on the pizza, sometimes I want bacon.
I like that analogy. Also, I'm super hungry.
Yeah, that's right.
I'd like some bacon. Unrelated to this review. Just for my pizza order after this. Should we order it now?
What didn't we like about this movie, guys?
I want to kick it off with how disappointed I was in the fact that there wasn't that many on-screen kills. He killed people in a cool way, but we didn't get to see it, and that's what's disappointing.
Michael, in general, you don't really get to see a lot of his kills, and that's just kind of like an overarching dislike sometimes. Sometimes it's really good, and it works to the advantage because it's playing off the atmosphere and the creepy nature of him. But, you know, if you're gonna lower yourself down from the rafters with one arm, get to killing, dude. Like, you're a beefcake. There is that stabbing where he lifts him up, paying direct homage to H2, but I wish we saw some of the other deaths with the earlier characters.
You had a school with kids.
They set themselves up by sending all the kids but 4 on a field trip. You could have at least had a couple more, maybe some
stick around that aren't in major relationships.
Like, this is the late 90s. Where's Stoner Dude number 1 and Party Animal number 5? They're not going on the field trip. They're in detention because of their bad behavior.
There would definitely be more people for him to kill.
And it would even add more interactions with LL Cool J just not talking to his wife, but talking to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, imagine LL Cool J having to do a sweep of the campus.
Oh, and you guys over in the bushes smoking weed.
I don't know, is that in line with Halloween? It feels like it's in line with Halloween. I don't want to get away from the essence of Halloween.
You're right. I think maybe having too many stoner people would. Well, just one guy, come on.
Just one guy.
And this didn't feel like it was Halloween. I'm not just saying that as a film, I'm saying it just as the season. This didn't feel like it was Halloween. They had a couple of kids walking around trick-or-treating off campus, but as for what was going on campus, no one goes to a field trip on Halloween.
Didn't feel like Halloween. A costume party with high school kids. Perfect opportunity for Michael Myers to do some other kills. Maybe that...
And even add to the stealth aspect of him sneaking into a party. I'm just dressed up, dude. Well, I hope he wouldn't say that. So.
Especially I'm just dressed up, dude.
Yeah, this is also his voice.
It definitely felt as though Michael really didn't want to, kill them. There was that one moment where they were trapped in the door and he's stabbing. But then Laurie opens the door, so they have to back up to the cage.
But now we know Michael Myers puts probably the least amount of effort into killing his people.
Right.
Any little snag, that dude walks away.
As much as I like Michael, he is a lazy ass motherfucker, to be honest. He just walks around nonchalant, swinging away. Oh, couldn't get him? Okay, he's like the Eeyore of fucking horror movies.
I don't think this movie built enough tension. Halloween, what separates it as not just a slasher, is building the tension. We know he's coming, but it just felt like they were just kind of running away from him. We always knew he was around the corner or something.
Right, yeah.
There's no mystery to where he was or what he's up to next. And probably because it was so short that they just had to get it over and done with.
You had your moments where Laurie was having her hallucinations, but at the same time, there is that moment in the classroom where Michael's at the window looking in. We only get that once in this entire film. And that's something that should be a staple throughout the entire movie.
And the same is true for just knowing that he is super mobile. We cut to Michael doing his own thing. He's his own storyline. We shouldn't ever really be with him. And I know that sounds shitty because sometimes we'll be we'll criticize a movie for not showing the character too much. But Michael Myers is a different case, I feel.
He's got his motives.
He kills when he's not going to get caught. He's a smart dude.
He is a very smart fellow.
Yeah, I mean...
But sympathetic. Now I think he has sympathy.
He's got to be really smart, considering that he's planning out a trip to land in, California to get there on Halloween to drive and never being out of state.
You think he had a watch? You think he's rolling up his mechanic sleeve like, yeah, I gotta stop here. Just blew my tire. Gotta get this new car. I think I'll make it.
Think about the gas situation. Like, what if he's gotta like pump up and get gas?
He never did. He always just stole another car.
I feel as though 2 cars couldn't get you from like Illinois to California.
I doubt it. So he probably stole another one along the... No, but he pulled up to the school with that car.
Yeah.
2 cars, a couple tanks of gas. He didn't pay for them, obviously, so he probably killed people in the gas station.
But he got out of his car and he pumped gas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Michael Myers sitting there fucking pumping gas, hoping nobody's watching him pump
Getting
gas.
a slushy.
Yeah. He's straight up getting a Slurpee at 7-Eleven half the movie. That's the movie I want. I want the movie where he's doing the weird things. Like, we only see him when he's shining. We want to see, like, the gritty vlog style shit. Maybe not a vlog, but I want to, like, a POV from somebody else's point of view. Just, who's this guy? What the hell is this?
But it's like Halloween, so he can always be like, I'm going to a Halloween party. As the Haddonfield killer.
Yeah.
What he's called to in universe, I assume.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, I could see something like this. If Seth Green could make this movie in all these situations based on H20, just him breaking into the house, going through the files, hearing the noise, getting the car, filling up gas.
When Laurie looks out the hole and he's suddenly not there, he's actually just
like,
underneath the hole. Like,
yeah.
I hope he doesn't see me. Don't see my fucking hair flipping up.
That would be a great movie.
I think Seth Green would be an excellent person to do that, and I'd be
Maybe it's
fine
out
with
there.
seeing that like a robot chicken.
Maybe it's out there. I haven't seen all the robot chickens.
Me neither. Did you do this?
It's time for our final thoughts and ratings. H2O. I remember being excited for it. Even though it wasn't that long since the previous Halloween movie, there was something about Laurie coming back, seemed like it had more nostalgia, more depth to it. But what we got felt like a pretty rushed movie. You know, there are things to like, but I don't know if it was tense enough or if it was violent enough. I think the time period, it kind of feels like a PG-13 movie. You have a badass Laurie Strode finally getting her revenge. You have a Michael Myers who's a little more violent, but still kind of doing things off screen. You have LL Cool J, but he doesn't rap once. So for that reason, I'm giving this movie 2.5 dangerous corkscrews out of 5.
I enjoyed this movie now, probably more than I enjoyed it previously. I had a lot of fun with this because, I don't know, I like Laurie. I like Laurie coming back. There's a lot of awkward, weird situations between her and the other counselor dude. I don't necessarily think the kills were there where they should have been, but I don't really know why I like this as much as I do, to be honest. I just enjoyed it. I enjoy Michael Myers. Stabbing people is great. Don't take that out of context, please. That sounds super weird. My elbows are fucking breaking. Okay. Anyway, I'm super drunk. Happy Halloween. 3.5 boner killers out of 5.
My brother killed my sister when she was 17.
When this film came out, 14-year-old me was absolutely excited to watch it because it was taking this new style of slasher and bringing the classic to life. But revisiting it now, I didn't like it as much as young me liked it. It didn't have a lot of the stuff that I really liked from the Halloween franchise brought into this 20 years later. Even though I find Jamie Lee Curtis to be one of the stronger characters in this film and she did a great job as Laurie, Michael was cool, and the setting itself was different, it's just something I didn't really enjoy. I was actually disappointed. It just didn't feel right. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this film 1.5 Janet Leigh cameos out of 5.
If I could be maternal for a moment, I don't like to see you like this.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your thoughts on the film if you've seen it. If you haven't and you do want to check it out, there are links in the description where you can find it. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with everything Bloodbath and Beyond, and have yourself a happy Halloween.